Oh, this map. Ooh, also a very unique map. Yeah, because we have cruise control in the house. And if you drift, the car still goes back to the speed. So cruise control time it is. Very, very awkward drifts though. Okay. So, on this map, the cruise control block is being utilized. Players are right now pushing it here to an absolute maximum and just drifting every turn. You can get the AT medal with only drifting the last turn. Actually, and just get all the drifts and all that stuff. But what you can see, and I want to go into the world record breakdown first, players go very far outside here. Why do they do that? Yeah, they do this because they need to get as much speed as possible onto the cruise control. You can see Dexter here, for example. No, Scrappy this, not Dexter, never mind. Sorry. Because I thought Dexter hunted this map as well. Scrappy had 272 speed. Yeah, I think if you go tight around that corner, you have like something like 262. And keep in mind, you have like this long section coming up ahead. I have good news though, because if you don't go for this wide line, you don't have to drift. And drifts with cruise control are quite awkward to do. Yeah, I think Scrappy just pressed the brake. I mean, it somewhat works, but this is not easy. Because also here, this transition can be an absolute nightmare to get. If you're too far on the left, you will bump. If you're too far on the right, you will not get the line across. So you need to be somewhat on the left here in order to make it work. Scrappy had a very interesting line there, actually. This is very good, actually. This was a very good line from Neko Vanity. So what you want to do is, you want to stay... Like, you can also jump a bit further to the left, but then you run into danger of getting airtime there. So you don't want to do that. Yeah? So here, then go kind of like naturally with a plastic, and then try to not go into a slide and catch the booster. You can go very close here to this part. You can also touch it. You will lose a little bit of speed, but it doesn't matter too much. It's like 1 kilometer per hour, if even. So that doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3. Now, for me, the hardest part of the map is coming up. It's this left turn. Because I'm always too far. And I always jump too much. What the world record is doing, and I think that's something that you need to find a good line with. They are all going so far to the right, tap the drift. Yeah. And then just get a small snap. And I think you need that snap in order to get around that turn. Of course, if you release with cruise control, nothing will happen. So this is very, very unfortunate. And I do think that this is just a very, very hard turn to get, because you need that speed. And of course, with speed, I mean like this, what you have accumulated beforehand. You don't want to lose that. You don't want to drop below that. And then just get a smooth transition here as well, because the more speed you have, the more you can jump to the left here and get a better approach for this right-hander that is coming up. I mean, it is also fine if you jump to the right here for the AT medal, like somewhere here, but then you have to oversteer and just do a lot of different stuff here. But I mean, it's fine. Then go up here, like then you can also just adjust with a left steer. And what I found here is also a very important part of the map. If you're too far up, you will lose a lot of time, because you have to readjust, you lose a lot of speed. So you need to be quite low here actually on this part. Like you need to go high to low, still need to sit to the left here to like trigger an SD. But I mean, Stelly did it like to an absolute maximum there. He got a really good line, but he was so close of just losing control with his car. Yeah, why was that the case? Maybe I can try to explain that. You can see he almost had to like completely change his line there. So he didn't want to do that in this way. So there you go. World record maximizes speed before the cruise control again. This is good in the long run. I think for non-world records, you can also go a bit more inside here to A, have a better approach for that upcoming turn, and B, have less speed that you have to control around the ending of the map. Yeah. So we can hear some people being in gear 5, some in gear 4. That is completely fine. And then the ending is quite cool to do. It's a very cool drift that you also have to practice a little bit. But you kind of want to jump quite far to the left here. Like almost to the last, like to the last quarter of the ring here. And then steer and tap the brake and just get a good apex. And then you will have a lot of speed into the ending. So that's the optimal ending line, and I figured that out as well. And I gained a lot of time due to that. So very, very, very funky map. I do think that this is a good pick. If you have struggles with controlling that speed, just try to practice those turns because it's cruise control. You have drifts where you not accelerate, so it is something very unique. And this one can also be a hard AT metal, especially this turn. This turn can be super hard and it's definitely the make it or break it. And if you struggle here, try to jump a bit lower, but like go high to low. That is very important. That is very, very important to get.